Good morning, everyone. We got ourselves a little bit of a bounce here on this Monday. Gold and silver continuing to rally, and now everything else rallying with it as the dollar collapses. Everyone wants to be out of dollars. Um, be aware, and I am Bagadon, Stock Market Caddy. We're not recommending or suggesting anybody do anything with their money. We're just giving you a view of what we're doing with ours. And we're going to go up here and we're going to capture this profit right now. Boom. That is in our pocket. And I just want to take a look at this program. We are running a program. That's a beautiful thing. And we didn't get it all, but we got a good portion of it. So we're going to uh, disable the strategy, and then we're going to turn the strategy back on. It's a beautiful little strategy, and it is armed. So we're off to a pretty nice start. Any more trades in this window up here, reflected down here, will be put in by the machine, and if I do any intervention, I will let you know. So we do these YouTube sessions to create some awareness of who we are, what we're about. We thought we'd punch up and give you a view on this Monday. Won't be here all day, but be here a good portion. The 5 minute VIX, 5 minute VIX, it goes short at 6:35, indicating market rally. 7:05, 1600 long. 7:05, 2900 long. 5:40 long, 700. 705, folks, 600. Look at gold, 950, and then silver. Now, if you own gold and silver on a daily basis, and you've got huge profits there, you've got to take, as a technical trader, as a prudent investor, you've got to begin to take a little bit of cash. And you can do it any number of ways. You can sell a little bit, you can sell some covered calls, but the prudent thing for us is to take a little bit of profit. And not saying you sell your entire position, not saying you sell half of it. You trim, 5%, maybe 10, and you trim. If you went into silver and gold as an investment, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, don't want to get caught up into the hype. That would be the prudent thing to do, is to raise cash levels a little bit. But you do your thing. We'll be here. Any questions about who we are, who we are not, and what these tools are doing, let us know. We'll let you watch. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and we're off and running. Got a little program we're running on Point and Figure today, and actually we may run it hopefully much of the week. We did just capture mechanically a trade, and so we're in the house with 27, 24 thereabouts. Beginning balance about 40 grand. You don't have to have 40 grand, right? You can start with small, it could be 4 grand. You would just need to be trading with micros, and you just want to. You're working on a process, right? Remember that you're working on a process. And I saw an interesting clip from none other than Ray Dalio. And he was talking really pretty much from an investing standpoint. But he talked about, starting out and accumulating your assets and then getting to the number of about 15 to 20,000. And when you do that, whether you're an investor or even a trader, you build yourself up, and then you can really begin to do some magical things. You really can. But you've got to work on a process, whether it be an investing process or a trading process, but it needs to be a process. It absolutely does. And now, one of the things that's going on here, I want to focus in, well, we can see a number of things. Look at the VIX on a 5 minute, 6:35 this morning. The VIX says, hey guys, guess what? We might be going up. Now, we love to go up. Markets love to go up on Mondays, mutual fund Mondays. 705, $1,600 on a mini. Micro, 160. 10 minis, 16 grand. 705. 705 this morning. Long. One mini, 2,500. So that means you can hire somebody to shovel your yard. you know? 540, 850, 705, 450. Now look at gold, right? Gold and silver. Now silver, silver is in a short squeeze, right? Somebody is short. We think we know who, but somebody's, they're in a short position because this bitch is going up 10% a day. Nobody knows where the end is on this, right? But when they're done with this short, squeeze, and it could be against an expiring contract, we could get a pretty good pullback on this. So I just want to go to gold and silver. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but we're traders and we're prudent traders. On a daily basis, gold goes long 106 days ago. That position has moved 47%. Because this is leverage, one contract, you're up 163. Now, if you have GLD, you are also up, 47, 50%. If you have a sizable position and it has gotten this big or bigger and is now overtaking your portfolio, the prudent thing to do, let me show you where you are on this, right? You are pushing into R2 on a daily. We'll look at silver, but by all metrics, you're really, really pushing it. So, which is good, and it can still go higher. I don't want anyone thinking that it can't. It can. But the prudent thing as a trader, what we will do, what Susan and I will do, is prune the hedges a little bit when they grow to the sky like this. Is just take 5%, maybe 10%, just around the edge. Capture a little of that profit, right? Now I know no one else is going to be saying that, but it is the prudent thing to do because they will pull back. I don't know where it's going to be. Might go to 150, might go to 200, might go to 300, and a 500. It might. You'll participate, but at least you capture a little bit. That's what we would suggest, right? And look at silver. 171 days ago, which I don't have the date in here, it would be back in May, the signal has gone from 35 to 112, kids. One mini contract, you're up 383,000. Folks, we have members that are in the millions now. And I'm also suggesting to them, prune, prune the bushes, please. Okay. I want it to go higher. I'm rooting it for it to go higher. I think it's going higher. Now if you got visibility and you got a good platform and you got the time and you can be there, what you're going to be looking for, there's going to be a day when silver might shoot up 10, 20, 30 in a day. And then she reverses 10, 20, 30 that entire day. And if you are making your decisions purely on the money, purely on the greed, you could get trapped. And I don't want to see anyone get trapped. Okay? Make sense? All right. So we're going to go back to our little 5-minute deals. And congratulations, we're hearing from a number of members. They've done it in all kinds of ways. They've done it with options. They've done it in IRA accounts, Roth IRA accounts. They've done it with the SLV. They've done it with GLD. Some have bought the real metal. Some bought futures contracts, micro contracts. Fantastic. Fantastic. And some handful have blown us away. I did not know the size. I don't need to know the size. I don't even want to know the size. I don't want to feel bad, but they have hit it. And you only have to get rich once, not twice, right? So, congratulations, and it's a beautiful thing. But trust me on this, right? No market goes up 10% a day, day after day, without there being some sort of technical squeeze. So there is a hedge fund, there is a bank, there is a country, there is somebody that is on the wrong side. And they know it. They know it. The market knows it. I know it. And you now know it. And they got no damn choice other than they need to buy the shit, which drives it higher, or they got to get more capital in. But when it finishes, we will all know it, and it will just be and it'll pull back. I'm not in any way saying that silver is going back to 22 or that gold is going back to 2000. Not likely. Not likely. But if you trim and you raise a little bit of cash, when she pulls back, you can always redeploy. You can always pick it up a little bit more, right? So, any case, it's just prudence, and we have a process. Whether we're, even today, right? So we're trading today. We're trading intraday. If I leave money on the table, I leave money on the table. It's no big deal. I want to be here tomorrow. I want to be here next week, the week after that, the week after that. I am not grinding, trying to get it all, right? And I don't get euphoric. So, any case, that makes sense? All right. All right. Good luck, everybody. But we're hearing from a number of folks, and they're very, very excited. And I'm not trying to damper that excitement. I'm not, but I'm just giving you a dose of reality. And I don't know, right? I mean, it's entirely possible that you trim 5% and that silver goes to 300. And you won't want to be pissed, but you just, and in fact, when it gets to 200, you probably want to trim a little. It gets to 300, trim a little bit as we go, right? And in the meantime, anybody who bought Bitcoin at $127,000 a coin, you're not hearing shit from them, are you? Right? And they're down 30, 40%. So this is the art of not just investing, but trading. Need to capture the ground a little bit. Advance, capture, hold. Rinse, repeat. Any questions, let us know. We'll let you watch. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Okay, the machine just put that trade in, and we'll let her run. And looks like the market's pausing here a little bit, so I'm okay with it. But we won't overread it or overthink it. If I step in and take a profit, I'll let you know. Otherwise, we'll let the machine handle it. Okay, the machine that was a strategy order, and she took a small loss and turned around and went right back along, which is always hard to do, right? As a individual trader, right? When you if you're in there making manual decisions, you make a decision to go short, and then the circumstances change intraday, fractions of a second sometimes, and now you've got to take the lump and go the other way, and it's hard to do, right? I mean, mentally, day after day, trade after trade, it is it just is, and it can be mentally exhausting, and that's why we're using, call it AI, call it automation, call it machine trading, call it algorithmic trading, call it whatever you want. It's what we've been doing for years, and then we just make decisions around it a little bit, and in order to get the job done. There are 20 when you're trading intraday. There are 24 possible trading days in a month. 24. So if you net, now realize you will have losses, but if you net $100 a day, it'll be 2,400. Let's say you take Fridays off, it's $2,000 a month. You've got to work small, work on a process. If you have an account that's $5,000, trade micros. Do it for weeks and months, learn the process, get your account up, get it to 15, 20,000. Then you can increase your margin a little bit and work on your process and do it over and over and build and build and build. That's what it is. But if you come at this, it's the beginning of the year, and I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to do it all in one day, it's probably not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen that way. So you got to be very, very patient, very disciplined, very method. We have a very, we have a methodology, and that's not exactly the same. That's the thing. If you're looking for something extremely, just one thing, I'm going to do this one thing with all markets. I'm going to do it every day, and I'm always going to, make 3,000 or 300 or whatever it is. It's not likely to happen that way, right? So you got to be comfortable with the uncertainty of it all. Make sense? All right. In the meantime, the folks that are in gold and silver, they are high-fiving each other. I just hope they don't get too high, and you kind of know it when you get that dopamine rush. But it's definitely a short squeeze going on in the silver market. Don't know from whence it's coming from. Could be national players, international players. Most certainly is. And but it will run its course. I'm not saying it's coming back tomorrow, but if you've been in it for months and years, as we push up into euphoria, the prudent thing is to ring the cash register a little bit, just a little bit. That's all. Raise cash levels, prune the bushes. Enjoy. We'll let you watch. Okay, folks, we're going to go up and I'm going to arbitrarily, I'm just going to capture that money and we'll reboot the program and we'll start it up. Bear with me. And we'll rerun it or restart it. Okay, so she's back on. It's free to do. You can do that. If you have any questions about what it is you're seeing and watching and or what it is you're doing, don't hesitate. We're here in the background doing a whole slew of things, including helping folks with their Q schools. So don't hesitate.